Hey, Royce. I guess what I want to know is when Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant inevitably have their breakup. I have it pegged for 2013.
Right.
What move do the Thunder make at that point? Who do they trade
Uh,
Westbrook for in that hypothetical scenario that everybody seems convinced will happen?
okay, so in my hypothetical scenario, they would trade Russell Westbrook for LeBron and Dwayne Wade. Is that is that okay?
That's
That's
a
a
good
fair deal,
deal.
right? I mean, that's a fair deal. I mean, if we're really looking at this,
Yeah,
Russell's young, those two guys are getting older. I think that that's an equal deal.
fit.
But I mean,
Lot of potential.
it. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a little strange to think about now that Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant will be playing basketball together potentially in Oklahoma City through what 2016. So I mean that's a long time for either for them to really become best friends and love each other forever, or for this thing to really blow up in their face and get mad at each other. So. I don't know. Sometime in 2014, we may actually be talking about the potential breakup.
You spoke to James Harden's talent. He's great. He's excellent, and Ibaka could become an all-star level talent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that these four guys will all be there 5 years from now? Is it even possible to pay all of these guys that live up to their promise and potential?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a challenge, and a lot of it depends on just where that luxury tax line gets set in the future. So, I mean, right now, it's been a little confusing with Westbrook's extension, whether or not, how much he exactly is going to get. The reports are that he's not going to get the full uh, Rose Rule extension of 30%. So, um, if that's the case, then it gives Oklahoma City a much better chance of keeping Harden and Ibaka. And but it's if Serge Ibaka has an All-Star caliber season, and he puts up 15 points, 10 rebounds, and he thinks that he's deserving of a $60 million contract, that might not be possible.
I'm going to try to take a text question from the audience, and hopefully the laptop won't explode into pieces all over the place. So let's see. That is attitude and composure the main difference between? Ah, and it cut it off. Westbrook and Rose was the end of that question.
And skill. I mean, I would say that ability would be a third thing to add. But part of it, yeah. I mean, and I think that one of the things is that it's just an aesthetic thing. Derrick Rose looks better on the court than Russell Westbrook does. His jump shot's prettier. His movements are more fluid. He looks like he's under much more control than Russell Westbrook is. And plus the product of Rose's situation. He plays on a team where it's no big deal if he takes 26 shots. If he takes 26 shots, nobody's going to say, you know what, Luol Deng really needed to take more shots in that game. So there's a whole lot of different factors kind of working against that. But, I mean, Derrick Rose is a better player. Russell Westbrook puts up comparable numbers. But whatever the case is, that Russell Westbrook's never going to win an argument, whether it's better player or whatever, between Derrick Rose.
I don't think that your dog appreciates
No,
how you're rating Russell
she's a
Westbrook in
she's a
relation
Russell
to
Westbrook fan.
in relation to Rose.
Yeah, she's a Russell Westbrook.
Can we possibly see the dog? Is she within range? Can we get a
Yeah,
little?
well, her head
Can we
is.
get a
Yeah,
little?
she's a, she's a giant Great Dane.
Oh, you have
Yeah,
awesome. Not to totally go into digressionville, but that my family is Great Danes as well. It's a great
yeah.
dog. I expected a little one right there. I was very
No,
surprised by that.
she's
Okay,
she's
I
tall.
guess last question for me.
Okay,
She's tall, gentle giants. I would recommend them
she just got a 5-year
to
extension today
anybody.
with the family. Actually, they
The
extended it for five
the
more
fans
years.
of
We're gonna keep
HoopSpeak
her
Live
around.
are loving this dog talk. But do you think that the Great Dane's attitude is what separates him from
She
perhaps
doesn't
the
she doesn't
Mastiff?
mesh well with my wife on the court. She's a little bit of a ball hog, but
She really needs the attention. She's a little bit needy,
yeah.
big ego. Are
I'm
these
the
problems?
Durant of the family, though. I mean,
Um,
I'm the alpha.
she needs to get her shots. Perhaps that's another problem.
Oh
There you go.
Lord.
Oh,
Moving,
Jesus.
moving away from that, Serge Ibaka. I haven't heard much about him, and
Mhm.
he he hasn't gotten off to a fast start. I personally feel that he is as key as perhaps James Harden is, just because it's very important to have that pick and pop power forward to open up an offense on pick and rolls. And I'm wondering, do you think that this is just the general fluctuation of numbers at the start of the season,
Right.
or has he looked worse, the same? What are your thoughts on Ibaka?
Well, the strangest thing about Ibaka early on is that his numbers are down as a product of he's playing some nights 18, 19 minutes, and that's it. And I don't know if it's because Scott Brooks just trusts Nick Collison more, or if it's just a product of Ibaka's performance early on. But, I mean, this is a guy that I think he had 9 blocks in that Game 5 win against the Nuggets in the first round of the playoff. It's not like he's not a good player. I mean, he's a very good player. Oklahoma City fans and even NBA fans had extremely high expectations for Ibaka coming into this year. I think I might have even predicted him as Defensive Player of the Year, which sounds absolutely stupid now. But that's kind of the expectation people had, is that he's a block machine. He can rebound. He's got a little jump shot now. And, and the fact that he's averaging, 6 points, 6 rebounds a game or something like that is definitely disappointing. He's still getting in his blocks at a decent rate, but he's playing at nights 22, 23 minutes a game, which is, I think, the most surprising part about it is he's not getting the playing time.
Well, they'll definitely need him to knock down those shots along the baseline and, as Ethan said, out of the pick and pop to open up the paint come playoff time. But you still have some time for him to get comfortable and for that to evolve. There's only 15 games or so into the season. Say what's up to your dog for us, and thanks a lot for coming on, Royce.
I will. And now,
Thanks, Royce.
yeah, I think she has something she wanted to say. No, she's done.
Quick, everybody,
All
your
right.
favorite dog.
I don't have one. My dad would never get me a dog growing up. Let's talk about that.
This is going to get very cathartic.
Let's talk about your deep issues.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, man.
Well,
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.